Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about the new segregation. Now, there's a couple of things we are watching happen right now. Now, obviously, during the election, actually even before the election, the 2016 election, if you will, people were at each other's throats back then, right? So now, enter 2020 elections, we're watching people disassociate themselves with other people who, for example, voted for Trump. We're watching people who are unfollowing one another on social media. We're watching people now who voted for Trump become the enemy. We're watching politicians say, well, Trump supporters and right-wing conservatives are the enemy of this country. They're no longer patriots. Segregating us from the rest of America, at least trying to segregate us from the rest of America. Now, and I say us because obviously I voted for Trump and I am definitely conservative now. So, that is, again, another issue because the segregation is affecting people's lives. People, again, are losing their jobs. People, again, are losing businesses. People are losing business, right? So if you were like a Trump supporter, well, you know what? We're not shopping at your store anymore. There goes your clientele, right? Lower. Because some asshole can't deal with the fact that you voted for somebody else. Whether or not you believe in Trump's rhetoric and his bullshit is here or there. Nonetheless, people are still, just because you voted for somebody who did good while he was here, while he was running the country, he did absolutely good. Now, let's start something more simpler. Mask wearing. You got mask wearers and non-mask wearers. Mask wearers are looking at non-mask wearers and starting fights, starting arguments, staring at them, glaring at them if they're not wearing a mask outside. Here in New York, I have gotten a couple looks for not wearing a mask outside. Now here in Harlem, it's not really a thing. I have seen some people, you know, when they're walking by me, looking at my face. My wife thinks I'm paranoid. Maybe I am. But nonetheless, I've seen those looks. So, downtown, you're definitely getting the looks. And you look, and people look like they want to say some shit, but they don't. But now, if you don't wear a mask, you're being shunned. You're being called an asshole. You're being called irresponsible. You're going to spread the virus if you don't put your mask on. People are seeing this in other states. People are seeing this in other cities. The segregation of mask wearers versus non-mask wearers because we choose to, one, not be scared of the virus and use legitimate science and not the, I think this is going to work science. That's what Fauci is. He's the I think this might work science guy, not the actual science. Anyway, you also have, which is going to start developing, the vaxxers versus the non-vaxxers. There are those of us who don't want anything to do with the vaccine, and there's those of us that want to be inoculated by a vaccine that has not been proven to work. That's on you. Nonetheless, to start shunning people for not taking the vaccine, for shunning people for thinking logically and saying, I'm going to hold off on this vaccine until we find out what it is and what it isn't. People are being shunned as well. They're already starting that, right? Well, if you get vaccinated, you can come to the baseball games and movie theaters and get on our plane and fly to Alaska. But if you don't take the vaccine, you won't be able to go to the fucking baseball games. You won't be able to go and fly on a plane to Alaska. You won't be able to go to the movie theaters. Again, segregation. Sounds very, very, very familiar, guys. There is a water fountain you can drink from for vaccinators only, and for non-vaccinated, there goes your old, rusted, decrepit water fountain right there. So, guys, the segregation of America is in full effect. And yes, we were already there when Trump threw his hat in the ring for his first election, and people were at odds with one another then. Now we have a lot of things compounded the situation. We got people thinking that the virus is fake, and we got people thinking the virus is going to kill you if you sneeze on somebody. So that's two like polar opposites from each other. You got one person who's COVID scared, and you got another person who's like a COVID asshole. Right? He just doesn't think fucking COVID exists, and you have those two groups fighting it out online all the time. Guys, COVID is real, but it's not as deadly as they're making it sound like. I think there's a lot of skewed numbers. Those are hard to come by. The facts for that's hard to come by right now because it seems like Google is scrubbing everything when you talk about the COVID numbers. They're only giving you like bullshit COVID numbers. But anyway, guys, nonetheless, the segregation's in full effect. We are seeing it, and it's only going to get worse. People who voted for Trump are absolutely going to start getting blackballed even harder. There was a politician who talked about making sure that Trump supporters didn't get federal jobs or couldn't serve in the military. Then who the fuck are you going to get to serve in the military? Liberal pansies? I don't think so, lady. So anyway, again, guys, segregation is the new segregation, if you will. Keep your eye out for it, and don't engage with assholes when pertaining to these issues. Let it be. If you have to fight because they're threatening your job or some shit, then you fucking let it all out. But until then, let it go. If you have to fight, obviously, like I said in one of my videos a couple days ago, fucking fight. But if not, let it go. And because this is what they want too. They want you to fight. They want to attack so that they can fucking sue you. I mean, for example, there was a protest the other day. Don't know what the fuck the BLM people were protesting, but they were protesting. It was a way smaller group than normal. And they beat up a news reporter because they thought he was a cop. He clearly had a camera in his hand, but they were like, that's a cop, and they beat him up. So BLM is going out of their way to beat people up who they think are cops. Another segregation. That's going to get a lot worse, I think. I think that BLM versus everyone else, and Antifa versus everyone else, is going to get a lot worse. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and you can also head over to the Angry Truth channel and like and subscribe to that channel. All right, guys, thank you for watching.